So we're going to explore this really fascinating idea, how the philosophy of jazz can teach us something pretty profound about life, about our mistakes, and, well, where true beauty actually comes from. Think about that for a second. In pretty much every other part of our lives, right? A slip up or a stumble, that's a failure. But in the world of jazz, no way. It's viewed completely differently. It's not an end, it's a beginning. It's the start of a whole new story, an unexpected twist you never saw coming. And this is really the heart of it all. See, unlike so many other things that are all about chasing flawless execution, jazz embraces something much more, well, human. It's built on the idea that absolute perfection just isn't the goal. Okay, so this sets up this really cool contrast between perfection and improv. These are two totally different ways of thinking, not just about music, but about how we deal with our mistakes. You've got these two totally different mindsets. On one hand, there's the classical ideal, where everything is about flawless precision. You hit a wrong note, that's it, it's an error, end of story. But then you have the jazz reality, which actually gives space for imperfection. Here, a mistake isn't an error, it's a possibility. It's an open door. So how does a musician actually do that? How do you turn a mistake into a possibility? Well, it's a process. First, the so-called wrong note happens. But here's the key. Instead of panicking, the musician does the opposite. They listen. They really listen to that new, unexpected sound. Then they adapt to it, they weave it right into the music. And just like that, from that one single moment, a whole new direction emerges. And that's it, right there. The mistake isn't just fixed or covered up, it's actively transformed. It becomes the very heart of the improvisation, that creative spark that takes the music somewhere new and exciting. Now let's shift gears a bit, because this isn't just about music. This whole idea connects directly to a universal fear, one that I think we all share, and it's the very thing that often stops us from taking risks. It all starts here, doesn't it? This deep-seated anxiety about making a mistake, about getting the answer wrong. You feel it in a meeting, in a conversation, working on a project. It's everywhere. And of course, that fear gets social really fast. We're not just worried about being wrong. We're terrified of how that mistake is going to make us look. It's the fear of being judged, of looking foolish in front of everyone. Ultimately, when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one core anxiety, the fear of being imperfect. I mean, we live in a world that so often demands flawlessness, and the pressure to live up to that, man, it can be absolutely paralyzing. But this is where the philosophy of jazz just completely flips that fear on its head. It suggests the real failure isn't making a mistake. The greatest mistake of all is being so afraid of making one that you never truly play, that you never truly live. So this brings us to the big question, right? The most important part of all of this. How do we take this beautiful metaphor from the stage and actually apply it to our own lives? How do we start living like jazz musicians? Think about the courage of a jazz musician. It's not about knowing exactly what notes to play. It's about stepping onto that stage with zero guarantees of perfection, just trusting the process. Trusting that you have what it takes to listen, to adapt, and to create something beautiful no matter what happens. And wow, what a powerful model for life. And life is exactly the same way. We can't wait on the sidelines until we feel perfectly prepared for every single outcome. Come on, that day is never going to come. We have to learn as we go. We have to understand that our missteps and our wrong turns aren't signs of failure. They are the very things that help us grow. So what are the lessons here? They're actually beautifully simple. We learn that we don't need to be perfect to be beautiful, that our mistakes are often where we find our shared humanity, and that imperfection, it's not something you should hide. It's something to celebrate. This leaves us with a really powerful question to think about in our own lives. I mean, what if we stopped looking at life as this rigid performance that has to be perfected, and instead we started seeing it as one long, beautiful improvisation? And that's the final takeaway. It's really a call to action. Dare to be imperfect. Give yourself permission to make mistakes, to be gloriously, wonderfully, creatively imperfect. Because that is the exact moment the real music of your life truly begins.